Hello, Internet. I am HamsterBomb, and this is me playing Dark Souls Remastered on the Nintendo Switch 2 as fast as I possibly can. There's my previous fastest run up there. It says 12:1:34:18. This one that I'm starting right now is actually going to end up being faster than that by a little. Not much, but at least I got a recording of it this time. I'm naming myself 20 because this is how many tries it's taking me to go through all this. I did Master Key out of order. And picking Hunter for the bow, and just going with a generic character and popping into this. So, since the audio isn't playing for the first, 6 minutes or so, I didn't realize it wasn't playing until my first death, and then I got it working again. We're just listening to silence, which is kind of what made me think I'm going to do audio commentary over this while we watch everything along together. So, here I am running as the hunter. Luckily, the hunter starts fast rolling, so I can run as quick as I can to get to the ladder, where I'm going to strip. I do keep my pants and gloves. Got to be a little courteous here. And took off the broken straight sword hilt. That thing is just useless. Though I've seen some speedrunners put it quickly in their left hand. I'm not that quick with menuing. I guess I'm just wiggle while I'm waiting for that door to open. And we are going to assume there's a big loud slam right about there. And we didn't hear it, but it's okay. Running on through here. I am going to use this shield temporarily, the large leather shield. I feel much more comfortable having this thing instead of just not. In fact, I almost certainly would have died more in the beginning had I not picked that up. And then there's the straight sword. I keep trying to tell myself, oh, maybe I don't need that shield. Maybe I could just save a little bit of time. But, yeah, theoretically, but you don't know what the enemies are going to do. And that's going to throw everything off. I'm trying to quickly throw my stuff on while I was going through the fog gate door. I didn't quite get it as perfect as I wanted, but trigger the ball. Talk to Oscar, getting our goodies. One more thing I want to mention that I am feeling kind of sick today. I was actually sick as I was recording this as well, so that's another reason why I didn't record my audio as I was doing it. This was very late, and I didn't want to make a lot of noise. Now it's the middle of the day. Can much more comfortably talk about this. Roll on that boulder pile to get this guy to come out. And this was unfortunate. This guy came out and tried to hit me. If he does that jump attack, I can kind of get caught, and that really sucks. So going through here, I'm going to two-hand my sword, jump R2, and hit R2 again, so I could deal extra damage, starting with 425. Let's see if he hits me. I honestly don't remember. Like I said, this is the 20th route, and since I'm playing on the Nintendo Switch, I don't have access to mods or anything. That's why there's no splits, which kind of sucks. I really want splits. I really want to play on Steam. He did get me. That's unfortunate. But yeah, I really want to play with splits. I really want to play with the drop mod so that I have a better chance at the Black Knight Halberd. There we go. We got the key. We're out of here. And the drop mod for Black Knight Halberd would basically guarantee that I'm going to get one every time I try and do a run. I can't submit the ones that I do not get it officially, but still, that's not a big deal for me. I would rather just be able to practice, Because right now, this is my 20th try, and I think I've only gotten 4 Black Knight Halberds, including this one, that we're about to get. I made a crucial mistake in the beginning here. I never grabbed the fire bombs. They're not really on my route to grab at this moment, but I will find out later at Beta Chaos that I forgot the fire bombs, and I missed my jump right there. That was lousy, and it's going to cause some problems. And that jump was a lot better. Alright, so watch some pro menuing right here. I grab my homeward bones, and I'm trying to throw them on. Oh, God, that was sad. Drinking Estus. Oh, my God. Oh, that was horrible. It could not have gone worse. It could not have gone worse. But anyway, that's what I'm trying to do. Trying to get the homeward bones activated as fast as possible because now I have 10 Estus. It counts as resting at Firelink. There you see it. And we're not going to use all those bones anyway, so you might as well be quick. I initially thought I was going to run around and grab all of the souls that are in Firelink, but there's so little, and for how little time it takes for you to blast through the rest of the game, once you know where you're going and what you're doing, it's not that scary. Now, I'm going to mention I'm going this way because there's a lot of stuff in Early Burg that you need to grab that you're going to need for... He just jumped off the edge. As early as gargoyles we're going to need. So, I just ran into the wall. I did watch a guide block that, by Ogre Boss, I believe is his name. He made a really great tutorial, and he's a very, very talented speedrunner himself. I've watched several of his runs, and I'm trying to use like the base idea of a route that he has come up with, which requires buying the reinforced club right here. And we're going to use that club to fight the gargoyles, because it's a heck of a lot better than the sword that the hunter starts with. So, from here, I decided to take this safety bonfire. If I was using the drop mod, I probably wouldn't have done this, but this is just because this next segment is a little dangerous, and it goes all the way to the Black Knight, and I'm going to get shot because I sat in a bad spot. I'm trying to quickly, it's not working, switch to the reinforced club. If you two-hand this thing in R1, you one-shot kill these hollows. No more shots in the back from him. He's not going to pursue us. Going across the bridge. From here, we've got 3 guys in this room. I like to take care of them, because it's only 1 shot each. There, nice and quick. Now, with those guys out of the way, I can safely go into this room, kill this guy. Reason we need to go in here is this chest has 5 black fire bombs, and we're going to need those to kill Ingward later. So I'm thinking ahead. What really stinks is like doing all this setup for late game stuff, and then none of it's going to matter because... Oh, that was terrible. None of it's going to matter if I don't even get the Black Knight Halberd. I'm going to have to heal after this now. Sorry, like I said about my voice, I am feeling a little bit under the weather right now, but is the Gold Pine Resonance also really important for fighting the gargoyles and killing Oswald? Now, here I screw up royally. I run up too far, and then I dashed to turn around instead of looped around, and then I got stuck. So, that is our first death, and it was totally preventable. My main problem was I decided to, or I didn't really decide, rather. I juked straight back on the analog stick while running, which makes your character do this like stop and slide thing to turn directions instead of like orbiting to quickly turn around, and that made me lose all the time I needed to not get hit by that barrel. So that really stunk and lost me a lot of time. Luckily, I took that safety bonfire. You can now hear that the audio is working during that first death. Was my first opportunity to turn the audio back on. I noticed it during that point, so I got it fixed. Unfortunately, I decided, you know, I got time to save now. I gotta make up time, so I'm not going to bother with those guys. Just healed here anyway. Tried to jump over that, got the jump this time. I do need those souls for later. He just let me pass. He felt bad for me. That's good. We are still going to use Stumpy the Stick in hopes of one-shot killing this guy. We're going to need every little bit of Twinkling Titanite we can get in order to upgrade the Black Knight Halberd. We're not even going to fight the Taurus Demon. Instead, we're going to use that Master Key to go this away and pass Havel. So what I like to do is try to burn out my stamina as much as I possibly can and get towards the bottom of this, almost far enough to where Havel can see you, and eat all 4 humanity. We got 1 from the Asylum Demon and 3 from Firelink Shrine, and the real reason we want that is because we're going to be getting our highest chance, hopefully, of getting the Black Knight Halberd. It increases your item discovery the more you have. So, let's roll down here. It's just a cheat way to try to lure Havel up there. If I was eating the humanities at that moment, it would save time, but I'm scared. So, my menuing, as you saw, is pretty sloppy when I am nervous, and I'm going to get more nervous as the run goes on. We are now heading straight to the Black Knight holding Halberd, and I'm going to try and get Grass Crest Shield and get him to fall off on his own. Of all the times I have faced this guy, I have never had him accidentally fall off on his own. I've seen videos on how to get it to happen, and I am just incapable of getting it to work, so that sucks. So instead, I'm going to roll down here. I heard him stomping right behind me, so I quit out early. By the way, I don't know what's up with the menu on the main menu when like the effects or something are not loading correctly on this. Maybe it didn't used to do that on Nintendo Switch, but now that I'm playing on Switch 2, it's getting some graphical bugs, so there might be other problems with this. Yeah, he went straight for me. That sucks. So I'm scared at this point, so I'm going to take the safety bonfire again. Hopefully, as the run goes on, it's not so safe. Clearly, based on the time, like, Dark Souls initially took me 82 hours, I think, to beat the game. And this being done in 1 hour 30 is a heck of an improvement, but there was a lot of work and time that went into even just doing this, and I know I can do better. That's why I'm doing commentary for this, and where the heck did he go? Where is he? I'm trying to make some noise and get him down here. What is he doing? I've never had him that slow before. Okay. Yeah, of course, this happens to be the run. I'm probably saying that to myself. Like, I died in Berg, and the Black Knight didn't want to show up. Right now, I'm trying to get what I call the home run. My most effective way to get this guy over the ledge is to do-si-do him around like this, and boom, hit him in the butt, and home run. Knock him over the ledge, and you just pray you get the halberd, which, of course, we all know I do. And by this point, I'm like, of course I freaking did. I know that I knew it. With a beginning this bad, of course that's what I got. Normally I can get the halberd by, like, the 9-minute mark, and we're nearing the 11-minute mark right now, so that kind of stinks. I don't know the exact times, though, because if you're timing this in-game time, you don't count any of those loading screens. I would assume that Switch 2, if this game was actually optimized for Switch 2, that it would load better, but it doesn't, and besides, for a speedrun, that doesn't matter anyway, so that's why the actual runtime of this isn't an hour and 30 minutes. Instead, the in-game time that we're going to see at the end of it. That's what it's going to say. So we killed another one of those, I always call them Titanite bugs, but they're crystal lizards. Got a crystal lizard. This guy I try to kill for a hope that I'm going to get a poison resist nullifying moss clump. And check it out, I got a blooming purple. At this point, I changed my mind. I said, alright, never mind, this run's blessed. I got the halberd, and I got the blooming purple moss clump. This is giving me all the rare drops. Now let's wait for me to flub it and screw everything up. Like getting stuck here. Had he jumped, I would have been in big trouble. It's just like, you get the really rare drop, and then some stupid thing happens, and I'm gonna die. I do not talk to Andre. Do not need his help. Forget him. We're going straight to the gargoyles, but not before leveling our strength. We're going to want to hit as hard as we possibly can, and this is an investment so that we can pick up and two-hand the Black Knight halberd as soon as we're done fighting the goyles. I don't know why I did that there instead of at the fog gate. Probably should have done that at the fog gate. I'm going to be looking for little inconsistencies and things that I can do better with my route as I'm watching this as well. I'm hoping that just looking at this, I'm going to find where my time saves are, because I am hoping I have enough time save that I can save 30 minutes off of this, which I know is 30% of the entire run, but I failed a good amount of times, and I did some stupid things, and those stupid things we're hopefully going to fix here. So check this out. This is also going to suck. Of all the times I have done this, I have never seen what's about to happen. You turn here and hold your shield up left. Block. But I got murdered anyway. So what you want to do is what's going to happen this next time. You'll see it done properly. I have never died in there. And my original time playing this, I would have told you that there's no way you can even get through that room. Like, by running, you have to kill the channeler, kill all the guys, so a speed run of it is just not going to be possible. However, in practice, it's kind of easy. It is. I've totally forgot about that death, too, so like stuff like that, it's just not dying is going to be my biggest time save of trying to do this better. But this game's hard, and dying is almost inevitable, especially when I screw up and I am the one responsible for making a mistake. Right there, I think that was just bad RNG. Like, both of those guys, like, one guy knocked me back, and the other one started, like, diving forward with a jump, so then the other guy's slashes would hit me. Anyway, this guy's not hard to get past. You just block one hit and run on the right side. Here's what is supposed to happen. Luckily, I got my souls back. You block that hit. I saw him swinging too, so I blocked him as well. And then you just run around here. It gives that guy in the doorway just enough time to pass through the doorway. You don't get hit from the guys who are ambushing you on the left. Your Goldpine resin. And we're ready to go. Probably going to two-hand as well. I don't know. I'm at this point, I figure, like, I got time to make up, so we're going to be going riskier, so we'll see how this goes. I say we'll see how this goes because my memory's horrible. Oh, I jumped! And he should have been hit by that. Or at least taken counter damage. That's ridiculous. I'm going for the tail on purpose. And I got 3 more hits to kill him before the other guy shows up. And he's backing up and he jumps. But I got him. Luckily, he landed right on the other side of the fire and didn't jump into it. That could have been catastrophic. The RNG for the gargoyles is also real scary based on how they jump. Second one is cake after you beat the first guy, though. And there we go. At this point, I'm feeling a little more confident. The run's back. I just died twice already, and it's only been 15 minutes. I don't know how much time that's actually lost me because, like I said, I'm on Switch. I don't have an auto splitter. I don't even think that's even possible. I don't even think it's possible to mod a Nintendo Switch 2 as of yet. I have a Nintendo Switch, and I haven't even modded that either. I'm pretty sure my model of Switch is not even possible to be modded. I tried, actually. Alright, we got a big ring-a-ding. I'm already turning back, getting ready to go. I'm not jumping down here, as you'll see speedrunners do. I'm too nervous for that. Plus, I took a hit. I don't know how much health it would actually take away from me. Alright, here's Oswald. Some people like to buy Homeward Bones from him instead of picking them up at Firelink. Here we go. So we R2, R2, and then you're supposed to target him and hit him in the back, but it didn't work. And he was trying to parry me, but I went for a quick hit. Luckily, he died quickly. He drops 2 Twin Humanities, so that's like killing the 4 Kings amount of humanity, so that's real important to kill him. And then we bone all the way back to Andre, where we are going to run straight to Quelag from here, because we're going to want to come back to this bonfire. Oh my god. So, there is a really scary... Oh yeah, I forgot to level up. You want 18 dex, 21 or 2 strength. Yeah, it's 22, because now you can two-hand the Black Knight Halberd. Oh yeah, there's a crazy skip of sliding down Blighttown. It's pretty scary. I was supposed to take my clothes off a little bit earlier, like right after that fight. If I equip that at the moment, it makes me medium roll, so I decided to take it off. And while flubbing around through my menus, I run right past the Firekeeper Soul. It's right on my right. Here's our next time loss, me being stupid. And the worst part is I went down this elevator before I realized it. I'm trying to drop all my stuff, and I'm like, oh my god. Like there, I think I realized, like, oh my god, I gotta go back up. I'm dropping all my stuff that I can that I'm not going to use for this run. Even Stumpy. Large leather shield. And then I have to go right back in. Oh god, I was so mad. And just enjoying my floating items as well. I did leave some of my armor in case later in the run I'm going to put some of it back on. I didn't, but now that I know that I could have dropped him. And now I got to deal with this guy on the gate and a friend of his. Oh, this is so bad. Anything that's not going according to plan makes everything so much scarier. Perfect dodge. Yo. It's okay. Got out of there. Now I'm hitting myself as best I can. Run to the screen. Whenever I'm mad at myself when I'm running Dark Souls, I run, like, if I have to wait on an elevator. I go to the foreground and I start hitting myself. It would be a lot faster to go the other way to get down, but it take damage, because what I'm about to do is kill Petrus. Not because I need his humanities or anything, but because he deserves it. Because I think by the end of this run, I'm going to have 2 extra humanities, and yeah, there's the 2 that I didn't need. So I took that back off again. I was supposed to, at this moment, grab the fire bombs, and I didn't do it. I am screwing up so bad. But there's a lot that I have to remember. Like, I was focusing on Lautrec. I'm like, I have to kick him. I probably punched him. Yep. I think we've all done that. Screwed up a kick. I didn't even run to her. I'm just so mad. Like, I figured this run's cooked anyway. This is just practice. Quit out to get the FAP ring. Yeah, so, like, all these loading screens would not count towards the main time of the game. Alright, so I'm going to grab this. I don't know why I took my shield off. There we go, put it back on. Alright, so I'm sitting on that 4 humanity. What's kind of scary is if I die and lose that, I could potentially not have enough to open up the shortcut in Quelaag's domain. Well, that's where you open it up, but you know what I'm talking about, in Lost Izalith area. Sitting on that. Gotta send that elevator back up. So, it's kind of scary running around with this, but I do grab some extra humanities, which is why I killed Petrus, because you never really know when I'm gonna need more. Like, if I did the run no death, I would probably, like, if I was that good at doing this run, then I would plan out where my humanities are coming from to figure out where I need to kill people and where I don't. So, I'm gonna say, like, I've tried this Blighttown slide down the thing 10 times, and I made it twice. So it's not consistent enough for me to try it. I'm going to run past where you do it. Right there on the right is where you want to slide down. You want to, like, start walking down on the right side past one of the boards. Run or dodge left in order to fall in a particular spot. And then you fall again and land on an elevator. Free 500 souls. One of those big ogre guys fell to his death, so that's convenient. Right here you can slide through if you're feeling ballsy enough, which I'm not. Though, since I screwed everything... Oh my god! Well, task failed successfully. I'm gonna heal just because we're... I probably should have healed once I hit the ground, actually. Hey, more souls! No, he lived. No, he died. He died. Got a lot of free souls just from these guys who were following me down to the bottom of Blighttown. I did forget on that elevator I should have equipped the blooming purple moss clump, because this is where I want to use it. It's either you fight Quelaag poisoned, or you were lucky when you killed that bushman earlier and he actually gave you a means to cure poison. So otherwise there's no point to kill him. I'm clearly hacking, and that's how I got blooming purple. Here we go. I'm probably going to have to heal anyway. I would heal anyway. I don't think I could survive a hit from Quelaag. Another thing I'm going to have to do is quickly switch my Grass Crest Shield for the Black Knight Halberd. We want to fast roll. Yeah, quick, I said. We want to fast roll with this thing active, which means I can't have the extra stamina. Also, we're not allowed to watch the titty cutscene. So, no titties for you. Watching cutscenes does count towards your time, I believe. Whiff! I've been practicing trying to get that distance right on getting Quelaag to stun, and I don't know if I get her a single time in this run. I'm better at it, I promise. I'm getting better at it, but like, she's giving me bad move RNG. At least oh, there, I got her. Yeah, but that was it. At least she didn't jump at me and spit lava. That move is so hard to dodge. Yeah, the explosion, that's very slow. That looked like it should have gotten it, but it didn't. Probably 2 hits. She has nothing left. Kablam! Run to the fog. Alright, it's Quelaag. And luckily, I'm not poisoned, which is another thing that makes even dying in this part kind of scary. Yeah, twin humanities. I didn't realize she gives you a twin. I thought the gargoyles give you a twin because you fight 2 bosses, technically, but Quelaag... I don't know, is Quelaag, like, lore-wise 2 different things? Like, she fused into a demon? Or the demon sprouted out of her lower half? I'm not sure exactly how that's supposed to work. Homeward Bone all the way back to Andre. I made a mistake in the last run that I was practicing. I was like, oh, why don't we just light the bonfire that's down below so that later we can warp to it when we go face Ceaseless Discharge and everything else past that point. Oh, there's a fire keeper there. I totally forgot, so there's no sense in doing that. Anyway, everything in endurance. We get up. I think we also level up the Black Knight Halberd at this point. Yep, with the Soul of Quelaag. Hey, I didn't say no. I sat on it and stared at it for a moment thinking, I should probably say yes. Alright, we're going to reinforce Black Knight Halberd 3 times. This is how fast I am at using the menu. And we're going to kill Andre, but not before buying an important purchase, the Weaponsmith box. I did a run before where I didn't buy that, and I had to make a huge detour after ONS to the giant blacksmith in order to get him to upgrade my stuff. I got good Andre RNG. Andre didn't turn and punch me immediately and kill me. It's not much of a time loss if Andre kills you there because you spawn right over his head, but it sucks because then you gotta fight him legit. You don't get that first free shot. Cool. That was great. Just got completely crushed by Titanite Demon out of bad luck, but it's okay. We had good luck earlier, got bad luck here. It's not much of a time loss. It's all good. Just gotta take him with what you can get. I probably should be running. So I was feeling kind of nervous about fighting Sif. My last several runs I did, I was getting really bad Sifs. Sif would like lead with the fast slash, and it's a one-hit kill at this point. So I was just scared. Even with my two-handed Black Knight Halberd held up like a shield, it didn't matter. It was still a one-hit kill. So I was scared. I wanted to take this bonfire, which I can't because that second bush guy is following me. Now I can. I'm going to sit down. We're not leveling anything. I don't think we can afford it anyway. It's not part of the plan. We turn around, open this door, and quit out as fast as we can. That was as fast as I can. Oh, I have so much more to learn about this game. So yeah, at this point, I'm thinking about Sif. Thinking how scared I am. So I'm feeling like it's not that bad if I got that safety bonfire, because this is a long run back from the Undead Parish. If it's still a long run from even where I just sat, but it is a long run to get all the way back here if you're back at Undead Parish to fight Sif again. Like, it really kills your run. I tried to get up on that left side of the walkway bridge thing, and I have never gotten it to work. Oh, this scared me so bad. So I open this up, I accept this, and I quickly quit out. And later in the game, I'll show you where when it happens, I think that I deleted that armor, but I actually didn't. I thought, like, I didn't accept it or something like that. I was trying to quit out so those forest hunters wouldn't bother me anymore. Ran over the rocks, and I'm trying to run straight towards Sif's arena. This ends up being kind of dangerous. You want to run left of the arena, because you could fall off the ledge, which I almost did. And that would have stunk. Fighting Sif with this little HP, check this out. Like, woo! Don't do that. Do not do that. Worked for me, but I'm not doing it ever again. Really beautiful door. Love this look. Alright, let's quit out again. I don't know why I was hesitating there. I guess because some of the doors, you don't want to quit out on them. Some of them count as a fog gate, and you would think this one counts as a fog gate, but it doesn't. It becomes a fog gate later after you initiate Sif's cutscene. So I'm going to try and give it a little bit of a wide berth and run around the area where the cutscene initiates so I can grab the ring. I used to initiate the cutscene, then grab the ring and fight Sif, but like I said, Sif's been leading with that fast attack so often that it's just been getting me murdered. Check this out. Sif just turns around, forgets I even exist. I'm just getting some free shots on Sif. Sif's being so dumb, just turning. Like, this is the best Sif I've ever had, and I took the safety bonfire for this. Look at this. Sif isn't even attacking. Okay, I finally get hit. Luckily, it's not with the fast one. That was the fast one, but I managed to dodge it. And that was it. That's game. Easy. I didn't even need to heal. Using Soul of Sif. Covenant of Artorias is acquired, Homeward Bone and Humanity, and I'm going to use a bone right now. Alright. In fact, I luckily had some extra ones because later in the run I needed an emergency 2. And probably the most embarrassing mistake of the run, where I forgot those not the black fire bombs, the regular fire bombs, but Homeward Bones kind of saved the day. They kind of saved the run from being, jeez, I don't know, 35 minutes, meaning it wouldn't have been a PB, it would have been like my second fastest Which it's kind of sad that this is my fastest. Like, I know I can do better than this, which is why I'm doing a commentary this time, and I want to see where it can improve. Honestly, right now, the best improvement for this, what would be a split, is don't sit at that bonfire, because now you're guaranteeing that you have to run back through here. And ideally, you get a Sif that behaves with you. It's a good donkey. We're going to run past Andre's corpse. Get ready for Sense Fortress. We're going to want Vitality. Lots of it, because that health bar stinks. Oh, and not Attunement. That was a mistake. Oh, I have an extra one, because I'm supposed to get to 20, and I'm thinking where I wanted to put it. I didn't know how I got that extra, the extra souls, and I think, in hindsight, it was from those guys jumping to their death in Blighttown that I didn't fight. Or killing the extra bush people. For that bonfire, because ideally I just run past them and go fight Sif, but you know, your nerves get the better of you in these runs. And you would think Sen's Fortress would be one of the scariest things to do in a speedrun, but honestly this is not where I'm scared at all. Like, once you know the tracks and the traps and the timing of Sen's Fortress, it's not so bad. I don't think I've died here in a speedrun before. So, I take it relatively carefully. Yeah, that could have ended really bad. That guy's showing up behind me. I start charging because I took it way too slow. Normally, you could just run straight across that boulder. Okay, cool. Oh, man. I think I screwed up this jump. Normally, I don't screw this jump up that's coming up, but this is pretty horrible. Luckily, I didn't take too much damage because I'm about to take a boulder in the face here. I jump, quit out. I accidentally pull my items up, and then I close the menu. That was horrible. That was all horrible. That's a crucial fast quit out. You have to quit out there properly, but... So, I didn't even know where my health was at. If the ball was still coming at me, if I could have made it. But... looking at my health, at this point I'm like, oh my god, Run's alive. I thought I screwed everything up and it was all over. Because I didn't quit out properly there, so I'm going to heal. Most certainly here. Yeah, double, because this next part is admittedly the hardest part. I'm going to put down the halberd just so I can punch this guy out of the way. I used to kill him, but you just want him to move. Alright, this I had to be a little careful because the timing was off. And go. If you're lucky, you can just run straight across it and you don't have to worry about that, but my timing was thrown off. Probably from drinking that Estus. Who knows? Anyway, I'm going to try and take this bonfire because running Sens multiple times doesn't sound fun. Even though, like I said, I've never died here, but I will die to the Iron Golem. He has those magnetic fingers and can randomly grab you and toss you in ways that don't seem to make any sense. So, yeah, he can also throw you. I've had this happen multiple times. He'll throw me down below, and my souls will end up down there, and there's just no way to retrieve them. So, if that happens, and I was holding humanity, which is why I don't want to take any more humanity than the ones that I've got, then we could be screwed. Like, absolutely done for. If you're trying this yourself and, like, you're really scared about losing the humanity because you know you need to invest all of it later in the run, you could, while you've beaten Quelaag, invest the 4 humanity that we have at this point in the Fair Lady, or, Fair Lady, he is right. Did I say that right? Anyway, you can invest your humanity there so that you don't have the thought of losing it, but you'll see by the end of this I had extra. And I'm pretty confident I'm going to lose this 4 humanity by dying in the rafters coming up. I distinctly remember the rafters being so awful. That's the magnet grab. I'm not getting him to fall, unfortunately. And he's not going to fall where I want him to. Getting my stamina regen so I can go straight for this and hope that he makes the fall, but he doesn't, but it doesn't matter. His Black Knight Halberd's that strong. Fire's still in the way, but he chucks another one and I back out. I'm trying to get in here. That stupid guy up there. That's what I get for not killing him. Alright, let's move on to Anor Londo, where I... This is probably the worst part of the run. If I'm going to beat this run, this is likely how I do it. I'm curious how much time I waste just dying in the rafters. It's so bad. But I got to think of the end goal. The time is still really fast. I mean, I've never beaten the game that quick. Before I started, like, legit trying to speed run the game, and I was just playing the game quickly, I would beat it in, like, 4 hours and 30-some minutes, but I wasn't even going with Black Knight Halberd. I was going with just good weapons and leveling them up with regular Titanite, farming large Titanite shards down in Blighttown. Oh my god, I forgot to eat the core of the Iron Golem. I didn't realize I screwed that up, too. Like, I got so distracted with how badly I did the rafters that I got this all messed up. See, I'm trying to get more strength so that I can eventually one-hand the Black Knight Halberd. We don't need this, Firekeeper. Don't need you. All we need is that Firekeeper soul for some extra insurance later. Instead, thus begins my complete screw-up of this. The first time you use this elevator, it stays here and waits for you, and then every time after that, it's just doing its own thing, and I hate it, because its timing is off, and sometimes you just stand there and you wait for it. I'm also just a chicken, and I don't like trying to roll off of this thing at a particular time. That was probably the quickest I got off of it. But, let me see. Based on the time we're at, I'm going to try and pay attention to how much time we've lost. Just bled here, dying in rafters. I guess we'll take a look at this and try and figure out what went wrong. So this first time, I completely missed. Killed him. Tried to heal, didn't work. Killed him. Didn't need to kill those guys, but if you go slow up in rafters, God, that knife is huge, just sticking out of my crotch. Alright, I'm gonna try and block, but I can't attack one-handed, remember, so I think that gets me killed at one point. Oh, yep, there I go. One hit. I did correctly two-hand my halberd, but it was too late. He was coming for an attack. I should have blocked him and then quickly two-handed, but... Or just block and hope he falls, you know? But so far that it was about a minute 30, minute 40 loss that I'm seeing on here. Maybe more. Like, each death is about a minute. That sucks. Almost... It's really like 2 minutes. Because that didn't even get very far in the rafters. And, oh yeah, you gotta wait for the elevator, so it's probably more than that. We gotta account for that. It's a good 2-minute time loss. Every time. Man, that adds up fast. That sounds totally doable. I can do this in under an hour. I don't know how well that is on, like, actual speedrunning ranks online. I'm doing this for fun. I don't really, care much for the competition, though it could be fun, you know, just learning from other people and seeing what other people do. But I already know my menuing is not there, and I got old man fingers already, even though I'm only 30... How old am I? I'm in my 30s. Yeah, I'm somewhere in my 30s. I was born in 92. Well, I guess I'm 33. I had to stop and do the math. Looks like I let that guy live. That could come back to bite me in the butt. Quite literally, with his teeth, his daggers. He's coming for me already. That's kind of scary. All right, and he fell, but I stupidly oh my god! You can stand there. I stupidly swung the halberd and that with one hand, and that gave the guy behind me a ton of time to catch up. Looks like I'm just scared. I'm going for it. He fell. Oh, instead of... And I fell down here. So I tried to two-hand the halberd, and I accidentally put it away and punched. It didn't matter. That guy came in for a backstab, even if I would have hit him. And then I was out of health when I landed on that platform. Another 2 minutes gone. That sucks. Man, had I just not died in this run, I don't even know how fast this would have been. It would have been so quick. Because now we got to run back and wait for the elevator again. It's always at a different spot. But it's almost always too low. I'm not even sure what the best method is of attack for dealing with these guys in the rafters. This would be something that I would like to watch other people. I do see a lot of speedrunners intentionally get a second shield. Get the one that I think the knight starts with. And put that in the right hand. Maybe like just as an attack enough that you can push back with it. I'm not sure, but yeah, I clearly have a lot to learn still. I'm very new to this. Boing. Like, clearly I want to do more of this, but to do more of it, I need to do it on Steam. But it would still be hilarious if I could actually get on the leaderboards on a Nintendo Switch, because nobody is using this thing. Ow! I'm dead. Again. But look where my souls are out there. You see that? My souls are sitting... I didn't notice. Yeah, there. I just noticed. They're sitting where I fell, so they would have been impossible to recover anyway. So, just based on where he backstabbed me and kicked me down by the Guinevere statue, I would have never... Unless I jumped there on purpose with full health, I would have never had my 4 humanities left. So, I'm already kind of scared at this point with another 2-minute time loss. Thinking that there's probably a chance. Like, I don't know how much humanity I have, how much I'm going to need. There is a backup if you do lose that humanity and you need, like, 5 more. If you crush the Firekeeper Soul in New Londo Ruins, which is pretty easy to get, you can quickly get 5 more humanity. I'm still just trying to ignore this gargoyle as best I can. We're going to have an interesting moment with a gargoyle later. That is, I've never seen before. Of all the times I've played this game, which I'm losing count. Alright, at this point I'm accepting that if this is a split, it's going to be terrible, so I'm just going to make it slow and steady and be careful. That worked much better. The way it should have gone. I'm probably going to start blocking with the halberd. Yeah. Just so that way I don't have that mistake of what happened on the Death Before Last. I told you this wasn't going to be good. Alright, so I'm charging past him. He was just chucking... I hate running on these. I don't know how wide they truly are. Oh, he needs to die. Okay. And he needs to die. Okay, gotta wait for his body to get out of the way, though. You could jump, but it scares me. He's chucking daggers. He's finally catching up. I couldn't roll down here. I guess the ladder's too big. I'm just taking it slow and steady. And we've got basically all of our health, so that's the way that it should go. So, I guess note to self, just keep the halberd at the ready and murder those guys. Luckily, they die in 1 hit. Alright, no more rafters. We skip this cutscene. That gargoyle is still mad. Alright, this guy... Now, I'm just going to ask you a question. How far do you think that gargoyle follows you? Because if you had asked me before this stream, I would have said he follows you to the edge of the bottom of the stairs right here. And that's about as far as he'll go. It's not true. It's not true. Alright, so we're going to try and get around that guy. I'm going to do a jumping attack to at least get rid of one of the demons. And check this out. Gargoyle. Like, what? I was screaming. Well, as loud as I could with my sore throat. Like, oh my god. And I got shot by nothing. I don't know what hit me there. Like, I didn't see anything that hit me. But at this point, I'm getting scared that I'm going to get shot in the back, and I did. So I stop here. Heal, heal. Now I'm just rolling my eyes at how bad my Anne Orlando is. Alright, we're gonna roll. That was really lucky I didn't get shot in the back. I got the wrong kind of R1. I got a swing. Luckily, he staggers in one hit. We get inside. And we're getting close to Ornstein and Smo. I am definitely taking this fire because of how much I screwed up this section. Because I don't want to deal with that slow elevator again. I did quickly flash up to see how many souls I would need if I wanted to level up, because I think I normally level up there, but since I died and lost my souls, I couldn't pump it into anything. But, like I said, not a big deal. I screwed up the jump again. It's just because on Remastered, you jump by double tapping the dodge button while running. It's super awkward, and I know you can remap it to be like Dark Souls 2 and 3, where you push R3 to jump, and dodge while running is always going to be just a regular, nice quit out. It's just going to be a regular dodge roll. But I'm not used to that. You know, my muscle memory is not going to accept that, so I don't really see that helping me. Anyway, I quit out here to make sure those guys are not on the fog gate so they're not attacking me through the fog, because sometimes you get pinned up here, or Ornstein does a really good opener, like he is right now. Except Smoke got in the way, and now he's glitching. I missed. Smoke's coming behind me. With the golf club swing, that was great. That was a shovel. I don't know why I said golf club swing. As if he could do that. Ornstein gives it to me again, and I still can't hit him. Because I'm so good. I'm getting optimal RNG, and I still can't hit these guys. Well, it's not optimal from Smo. Smo was really making it complicated. I got lucky there. Luckily, Ornstein can't aim. Alright, just waiting for somebody to come close to me. There we go. 1, stagger, 2, there we go, stagger. Stagger dead. Alright, on a Super Smo, he starts with a golf club. No, he starts with a shovel. Why am I calling that a golf club? I don't even know if he has a move that you would even consider golf club. Alright. Ah, that hit his hammer, so it didn't deal damage. Oh, get out of there! Oh, I didn't get out of there fast enough. It's okay, I'm healing. Just being safe. More shovels. Might consider that golf club. Looks more like a baseball swing, but that thing's so fat, it's all the same. There, easy. Wide open. I'm wondering why he's not staggering. I was like counting hits, saying like he needs to stagger. Expected he was going to stagger there and he didn't. Who cares, he's dead. His hammer's in the way. Run through. Catch the elevator. Perfect. Equip the bow. And the arrows. I forgot that. I think I take too long to shoot in here as well. Yeah, I quit out way too slow. It didn't occur to me to quit out. I was just, like, excited. At least I killed them on my first try. Meaning I didn't need the safety bonfire. I think in all the speedruns I've done, that Ornstein and Smo have not killed me. Why did I roll? Fire! There you go. Titty shot. I rolled backwards on accident. Alright. I've seen speedrunners intentionally kill themselves here at this moment, and I'm not sure why. But anyway, yeah, just showing what little I know. We're going to level up Vitality. I don't quite have enough for my next level up, and I think that's throwing me off because I died, so I'm going to take Soul of Smo and then the rest of my goods, though I'm an idiot and I take them one at a time. Because, yeah, I know I'm back where I started, the same problem. Pretty much my Vitality's not high enough for Seath, and I'm a little worried about that. Speaking of Seath and being worried, I really got scared I was going to get cursed. The last run I did ended because Seath cursed me. The curse meter, if you have no humanity, is so tiny. And I had no humanity then, as I have no humanity right now because I died in the rafters of Anor Londo. And Seath killed me so quick with that. There was just nothing I could have done. So I thought, alright, I'm going to have to pop some humanity before I get into this, but I realized I popped so much that I didn't have enough to lose in wiggle room, and I had to win. So from here on, I am trying to lock in, like, I can't screw up anymore. I have to hold this all the way to Bed of Chaos, which has to be the last one, because you need all the humanity to open the shortcut. Alright, so we place the Lord Vessel, warp back to Anor Londo. You know, this reminds me of something really weird. I've seen people on Steam only have to kill the second boar, and then they can light the bonfire up here before the Duke skip. However, I have to kill both of them. If I don't kill the earlier one on Switch, then I can't light that bonfire, no matter where he is. I have quit out and put him back at his starting position, and it does not matter. I have to kill both boars on Switch. So, this is an objectively slower version. And I swear to God, I can't prove this, but I swear that Gwyn's AI is different on Switch. He's so unpredictable, and he loves his fast attack, especially if you do the Estus trick, where you try to heal after you've riposted him. He will go for fast attack, and just murder you. If anyone watched my Soul Level 1 run, they are keenly aware of what on earth went wrong at Gwyn. I streamed that for like 3.5 hours. It was horrible. Well, the whole stream was like 9 hours, but fighting Gwyn alone was like 3.5. It was terrible. Alright, so that was the first boar. Here's the second one. I have to kill both, like I said, or that bonfire will not allow me to sit. He's being stupid right now, and I don't know what to do. Because at any moment, he might do that. That didn't connect. It's 4 hits. He's out. No Fang Boarhelm today. Alright, I'm going to light this, even though I'm starting to get more confident in Duke Skip. I did it on camera one time, and it took me like 30 minutes. I concluded that it took me more time to do it and set it up properly than what it would have been worth just going the hard way around. I absolutely don't agree with that anymore. I've practiced it a little bit more, and since I don't have any save states, I can only practice like one time a run, so kind of makes life difficult. Yeah, I was going to run on the inside, and he decided to shoot at me, and the other guy jumped at the same time, so I changed my mind, ran around the bookcase. Running up here. Alright, and I'm just talking to myself how to do this. We center the camera, two-hand the bow, target, aim at that corner right there. Precisely here. At least that's the spot that I aim at. I try and get my reticle to line up. Pull the lever. Dodge. Right. Forward. Back. Turn the camera to the right. Line up the souls with a black line. And roll. There you go. Easy. You gotta wait for that ball of the banister to flash by. And that's like the frame that you want to roll. But anyway, yeah, it's not so bad. I probably, to save time, should just be more confident in my Duke Skip and not kill the boars for the bonfire. Yeah, it's scary, but I think that's what I gotta do next to be faster. That's certainly a time save. And so would Seath not cursing me, you know? Be important. You also theoretically don't need this bonfire at all. This is just if you die to Seath, then you don't go all the way back to Anor Londo. You go back to Anor Londo, woof, your run's done. Yeah, like you skip too many bonfires and something bad or unpredictable happens. You slip off the ledge in the crystal caves. Oh, Mimic just spawned in. I'm telling you, the Switch version's so janky. I don't know if you saw that, and you can go back and replay it. I don't want to, like, pause the recording or screw with it at all. You can go back and see it again. The Mimic spawns in. He, like, T-poses and falls for a moment. Actually, I'm not positive if he T-poses, but he just, like, falls from the sky and, like, places himself as he spawns in. So this was excessive, but I was scared, so I took 10 humanity to max out my curse res. And I'm just going to say that is too much. It is way too much. I think max, if I still have my 4 from the beginning, is to go to 6. Because that's as much as I can afford to lose. Because I believe by the end of this, I had 2 extra humanity, and we lost 4. So, I just got to do the math. It's all based on how much curse res you're going to want for Seath. But I think it's important because that can kill you instantly, even if you get victory achieved. Because that's what actually happened. I killed Seath and got victory achieved, I think. Or no, he died, but it took too long for victory achieved to show up. And you died came up before victory achieved. And I think he survived. I did not get the souls, for sure. I know that much. I killed 2. 3. I was ready to quit out because I didn't think I was going to get them all. The golem showed up here, which I've never seen him do. You need to get all 3 of those crystal lizards so that you have enough Twinkling Titanite to max the halberd next. That's why we fight Seath first of the lords. He is coming after me on the invisible walkway, which I also didn't think he could do. And I'm nervous that I'm going to get clams in the room. So what I'm going to do is quit out as soon as I get in there because I could hear them behind me getting too close. I don't know how to... I know you're supposed to run this way, get those 2 to hit each other, and then charge Seath's Arena to not get clams, but I could hear them behind me, and I just knew I was going to get clams, so I just quit out immediately. Who knows, I might not have had clams, but I didn't feel safe, so I would rather things go as scripted and according to plan as possible, plus I've done this run around Seath a million times. Alright, him and all his bloom, which looks different on Switch, I believe. Even the fires in the bonfires in this look cheap compared to the nice new effects that the other versions of Dark Souls Remastered get. Just more evidence that I'm playing on this silly version of the game for some reason. I can't imagine that's going to stop it from being registered as a run, an official run. There we go. Let's just be funny looking, you know. All these other ones say Steam, 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 Steam. Nintendo Switch too. Steam, 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 Steam. I have no intention of still running Nintendo Switch 2. I'm pretty happy with this run, though, as much as I'm complaining about it. I want to do better, obviously, but I want to do better on Steam, where I can actually play the damn game. You know, have the drop mod, have the splitters. I'm just going to go for it. That was easy. Easy Seath. No problem. If you got enough humanity, you can bone right there when his chest hits the bottom and you get the soul, but I'm waiting on the humanity because I'm nervous about how much I lost. And we're going to warp to Firelink. Warp to Firelink. What are you doing? Oh, I was waiting for my souls to come in. I was sitting there like, what am I... I'm also, like, trying to remember everything really quickly because this was my first run of the night and I wasn't expecting to get the halberd, so everything wasn't, like, fresh in my head. I'm scared of, like, how many souls I needed there because I needed to level up again. Yeah, there we go. The halberd needed some souls. Luckily, halberd is done. Alright. We're going to upgrade our Estus Flask. And I actually go for the Kings next. So I'm probably going to put on Covenant of Artorias when I get to the elevator. Kings are a scary one, but once you have maxed halberd, you know, they're not going to get any easier. That's as good as it's going to get. Put on Covenant of Artorias, you idiot. I didn't already do it, did I? I don't think I did. Yeah, the elevator button didn't get pushed all the way. Well, I'll put it on at one point. Alright, I like to destroy that guy's pot home. I've seen people try to jump just to save, like, frames over the watery abyss. Yeah, no. I'm sorry. I am going to go for this. Firekeeper Soul, like I said, I'm nervous that I needed those 4 from the beginning, so my math might have been off. Just in case, I'm grabbing this. Quitting out so the ghosts despawn again. So, of course, this is a time save. If I didn't die in the rafters so much, then I would not have done this at all. Ooh, camera. Jeez Louise. Gonna get hit. It's weird. I remember getting hit right there, and I don't remember not putting on the ring. Alright. This part, I remember, gets bad, so it's good that I stopped to heal. You're supposed to run through here and bait that one ghost, but instead it grabbed me. And I'm trying to get out as desperately as I can. I thought I was going to die. Because now I got the 10 humanity, and if I die and then can't get the humanity back, the entire run is shot. Because I can't open that shortcut anymore. Alright, so we're going through the fog. We're getting ready to kill Ingward. So I'm probably going to switch for the bow. Oh, I don't even have my bombs equipped. Yeah, I should have put the bombs on while I was on the elevator down. What a waste. It's okay. It's not too much of a waste of time. It's just me learning the route better. Right, getting into position, getting the bow, realizing I don't have the bombs. Yep, like an idiot. Black fire bombs. Alright, fire in the first one. Nice and slow, making sure that it works. He's got the first hit. Headshot. Alright, he's going to start running. I'm making sure he's running. Going up into the right. Firebomb, firebomb, firebomb. If he died in just saving 2 black firebombs, I wouldn't have to grab the other regular firebombs that I have forgotten. There's the ring. I realized at that point. I'm scared to make that jump, so I went this way. It's a scary jump, man. You know, another scary jump is the one in Sense Fortress that gets you to the Crestfallen Merchant. Oof. I can get to him, and I'm always scared to jump back because I've died so many times. And then your souls are on the other side, meaning you have to make the jump forward and back again. Alright, we're draining New Londo. Skipping cutscenes again, of course. And we're going to go straight for the 4 Kings. I'm going to run to this little crack and walk off the ledge. A little bit of a roll. Got a lot of guys behind me. Alright, I'm going to try something really weird. I'm going to fall, and then try to put on my armor, and I'm going to realize it doesn't work. I don't know why, but I just, like, couldn't put armor on while I was doing that, so I heal. Because I was planning to heal when I got down here. Now, I'm freaking out that the stone armor didn't exist, but there it all is. I still have it. I didn't quite get all of my armor on. But I got some. Shield. I don't think I got the shield up in time. Grass Crest doesn't block a lot of magic anyway, but still, it would have helped. This is a pretty lousy first king. I whiffed the R2. That's terrible, but I have a moment to put on my stone armor all the way. I heard him spawn. Magic, of course, I'm pulling the shield out. I don't know why I shielded, or dodge rolled like an idiot. I'm just used to dodging these guys and fighting them naked. I used to do that, but this is so consistent and simple fighting with stone armor. Just decided to do it like this. Alright, I'm getting all my stamina back. R2, R1, R1. Got that bonus damage on him. Healing up. Now, that was how I was supposed to fight the kings. If you do that for your first 3, you should kill them all. Like, fight 3 kings instead of 4. Which would be nice. But that's not what happened here. It's okay. As long as they die, and we get them on the first try. I just went for it. I decided that it would be better to kill him instead of stop and block that damage. I had to fight 4 kings anyway, so I was telling myself that. I think I even said it out loud, and I'm like, I'm going to fight 4 kings anyway. And, you know, I'm literally fighting 4 kings, but I meant, like, a 4th king has to show up. I can't do 3. And at this point, I'm talking to myself. I don't know if I'm walking into a wall or what. I don't know where I am on space. I'm supposed to drop an item, but I got thrown off by the stone armor, supposedly not equipping while I was falling. So because of that, I don't have a frame of reference for where to walk. I shouldn't have even bothered. I should just went. Attack him. Attack him. He's dead. And there you go. Easy. Especially with stone armor. They're easy. Alright, there's another 60k. Going for a little vitality and strength. I gotta get strength up. I had an extra one, and I'm like so close to my next level up that I'm actually about to take a soul here. That one. The one that was by the door. It's for the extra 1,000 just for strength. Now, Neato. Firelink Shrine again. I am particularly scared of screwing this up because this is a section where there's not a lot of bonfires I sit at, and I have a lot of room to run. And if it's chaotic and pretty scary. Taking off that stuff. Probably could have put the Hornet Ring on. I think I put it on relatively early. I think I get it on before Neato. You sorry fool. Yeah. I'm not the chosen one at all. If you've seen the speedrun so far, it should be painfully obvious I am not the chosen one. Though, honestly, if I didn't screw up so much in this, I might have been done by now. Which really would be saying something. Yeah, that'd be amazing. Then I would have something really proud to show you guys. Like, oh man, check this out, it's as good as I can do it. That I know every speedrunner is always working towards that, and they never achieve it because every run has something that went wrong. Even the best of the world records I have seen on pretty much any game, any category, something goes wrong. No matter how minute it is, something's going to go wrong. Now here I didn't quit out. There you go, you idiot. Quit out, stupid! It's okay, I'm allowed to yell at myself. Don't worry, I'm not mad. I'll forgive myself later. I can accuse it of being as bad as I want, and then not have the time to make it better. Alright, so this is our fire for Pinwheel. Oh yeah, I went on for Hornet Ring. Just figured that occasional counter damage may be more beneficial than the Covenant of Artorias, which does literally nothing. That was pretty lousy, but anyway, we're going to walk off here. That skeleton hit threw me off, so I rolled to the right, healed. Walked off, rolled, I think I walked off again. I don't remember if yeah, skeleton throwing me off again, so I'm just going for it. You're supposed to quit out about here. Get the bone wheel to leave you alone. But I didn't do it because I'm an idiot. I was thinking about it, but I was quitting out so slow. Like I said, I was sick. Am sick. You could probably hear it in my voice, honestly. But, yeah, I wasn't ready to quit out that fast. My brain and my fingers were just not up to the challenge. Honestly, I just did this run in general because everything was going wrong at home. You know, like, we got some... It's a bunch of little things. Like, we got some new fish, and they went through their hospital tank, and they got sick. And then they got every other fish of ours sick, and they all died. It was horrible. And, you know, just like... it's not little stuff, but just like a lot of stuff like that. Just a lot of stuff's been going on. And of course I got sick in the middle of all this too, so it's just been a stressful time. Anyway, Pinwheel. No different from normal, but Tomb of the Giants in the dark? Yeah, this is different. I'm going to take a slightly different route where you see the skull, and then I jump towards that little peninsula out there. You slide, you're at the bottom. And this is our Nido bonfire. And since it's unkindled, it is 5. Oh, I can't level up. Normally I level up by that point. I was considering killing Patches for the rest of the souls and then leveling up just to like get back on schedule, because dying and losing souls, like my math is now off for everything for the rest of the run, and that throws me off. Alright. You gotta be careful with killing Patches, because you could accidentally push him over the ledge with your first hit, and you gotta kill him twice, because he drops 4 humanity. So it's, like I said, another really important one to kill. Adds up quick. Alright. There's faster ways through this next segment in the dark, but I am not content with doing them yet, so I do what I'm used to doing, which is I run over here, roll through the bones, go to this item, walk off the edge, land on the bones, roll through the bones, follow the path, roll through the skull, go this way, roll or jump, whatever, and then fall. Done. Just go. And one fell. There's the souls that I needed. But doesn't matter, because we're going to fight Nido. Yeah, I'm scared, so I healed from all that fall damage. And that means when you land in Nido's arena, you also take a ton of fall damage. Pretty unfair. And that means that I am already thinking to myself, I'm only going to have 3 heals for Nido. And I don't know why this didn't occur to me earlier, planning the run out, because I will only ever have 3 heals for Nido. Unless I sat at Firelink after coming back, you could have 10. So theoretically, 7 heals for Nido instead of 3. But, I don't know. Nido's not that scary. The run-up is sometimes scarier than he is. If you don't have a solution for the skeletons, which we do. Now, unfortunately, I'm actually debating at that moment, like, do I put the armor on or do I equip it while I'm down there? Because Nido could do his scream, stab the ground attack instantly. He's done it many times to me. So then I wouldn't be able to put the armor on quickly. And of course, he gave me a good opener here where he would have allowed me to do it. So I wasted a little bit of time there, putting the armor on early. And then I think you take extra damage from being heavy and falling. Taking bleed damage through my halberd, that makes sense. Nido's already close enough, so I'm just going to go for him. Plenty of damage. Toxic is building up fast. Yeah, that was pretty bad. I should have just went for the attack. But honestly, I just wanted those skeletons to die. And he's going for it, so I'm blocking. Going for the attack. Attack. And now I'm just going to go through with it. And shield. See how little damage that was? Easy. Nido's going down so quick. I shouldn't have dodged. One more. Game. Alright. At this point, I'm like, oh my god, we got a game. All I gotta do is get to the bottom of Blighttown with my humanity, and we made it. But little did I know, I was going to screw up Beta Chaos. Okay, I'm gonna say it's not my fault. I will let you be the judge when we get to that point. But I'm gonna say what happened was not my fault. I'm confused right here, like why my souls say they're 84,000 and I'm trying to level up and it says I only have 6. And then it clicks and it finally jumps in and says, oh, you only have 6. I leveled up and then I thought, you know, I didn't spend the souls, so that's why I was confused there, to be fair. That's kind of the game's fault. Blaming the game again, but I mean, that was a graphical error. Alright. We made it back out, and I did a quick strip while warping. I didn't know I could do that until that moment, so I felt kind of... Yeah, I was checking our humanities, making sure... I'm doing the math right here, making sure I've got enough, because I was nervous about losing them. I go for the heal. I was going to say, am I not going to get the heal? It's only for Gwyn. So I was doing that math really quick in my head, making sure that I've got enough humanity to open the shortcut without cracking that Firekeeper soul. And it looks like I am good. So we're going to Blighttown to take on Beta Chaos. I'm pushing the button even though I don't need to. I mean, I could theoretically die, and then I'd have to wait on it. So I feel like you should always push that button. Alright. A lot of people actually go through Valley of the Drakes and then to Darkroot to fight the Black Knight with the halberd as fast as possible. You can get to him quicker than what I did in this run, but I feel like you lose time in the end because you have to go back to the Burg anyway. So you might as well just like do it on the way. I considered going for the slide because I was like, well, why not practice because I've already screwed this up. I thought this run was terrible. Not terrible, but like a lot of things were going badly. Mostly the rafters in Anor Londo. I'm thinking about that. Thinking about the early deaths. Yeah, those just, they're holding me back right now. Alright. I could probably fall at that other point, but then you would land on that bug. Yeah, I'm not happy with how I descend Blighttown. With save states, I would probably be able to practice doing the slide over and 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 over again, but you know, until I really got it working. Goblin my humanity. Oh, speaking of doing math really quick, I screwed up my math, like trying to quickly eat humanity in a moment to get to 30. I should have eaten all of it there. It didn't occur to me to do it until I was too low on the elevator. This is the only other moment where having another poison resistor, what is that moss called? Purple bloom moss, or yeah, another one of those things. Let's check this out. It took 8. Stupid. So stupid. I immediately go back in here like, no. Oh. Whatever. It's not much of a time loss, but there it is. It's some of it. There, if future me wants to beat this run, be better at math. To whip out the 2nd grade addition and subtraction cards, the little flash cards. We'll get some practice in. Make sure I can add my way to 30. Oh boy. Alright, since I have enough health, and even though I am poisoned, I'm probably going to go for the plunge and just jump faster way down. Alright. I also go for something a little risky here because I'm feeling frisky. Talking to Engi, you say yes. Gotta be careful with that. And I'm going to kick him in the butt. And then kick him in the butt. If I punched him, then I think he pops instantly. Alright, enter Covenant. I'm just trying to be careful here because it's like the second option the first time you talk to her, and then it's the first option the second time you talk to her. So you enter Covenant, and now it's at the top. Offer humanity, offer 30. And then, sweet relief, I don't have that burden on me anymore. I'm not worried about it. I try to sit at the fire. It's not working. It's not working. I'm wondering why I can't sit here. Sit on that side. They don't let you sit on that side of the fire. Probably to interfere with the interact of the fair lady. So, that's all I can guess. They must have had some quality assurance team member saying that it's a conflict of the button press. So, now I know you can't sit on that side and you have to run to the other side. Alright. If I was following my guide exactly, I would do ceaseless skip here. But I'm sorry, that scares the hell out of me. So we're going to go kill Ceaseless. Now, oh, I don't know why I got the bow. On one of my runs, I thought, I don't know why I did this. I thought, hey, maybe if I aggro Ceaseless and then run back to the fog gate, I don't have to pick up the armor, and it's a faster way to get him to jump and hang off the edge. No. That just aggroes him. He doesn't pull the arm out of his chest that he needs to jump and hang over the edge. So all that did in the end was make my game darn near impossible. And I think I started over at that run just because of that reason. I think something else was going wrong. Like, there was something else that was, like, catastrophically off. Like, multiple deaths to gargoyles or something like that. But yeah, even the second best run I have on here, the 34-minute one, I think I died to gargoyles 3 times. I lost all 3 of my gold pine resins. I went back the 4th time just out of spite. I was just mad. And I no-hit them. So that worked out. And then did the same for Oswald. Because, of course, you're supposed to use another gold pine resin on Oswald. Alright, so you saw that animation properly. I held my shield up to make sure that I wasn't too close and didn't get hit by that attack where Ceaseless pulls his arm out. You've probably seen this 100 times. I remember long enough ago, I thought this was magic. You know, like, you can make Ceaseless discharge fall to his death? That's such a hard boss! When's the last time you actually fought him? Legit. He's kind of hard. He is. There, I took off my shield so I could jab him as fast as possible, because after 6 hits of anything, he falls. Doodles. So yeah, you can save, like, I've heard upwards of, like, 2 minutes just not fighting him. You get a bunch of souls for fighting him, so that's something. 20k. That's probably not even enough to level up at this point, though. Well, I'm going to be going a safe way. Right there by that guy on the right by those rocks is where you want to do Ceaseless Skip, or at least set it up. And it's scary. Ceaseless Skip is scary because it involves making absolutely sure you know where the collision detection is for what is lava and what is not registered in the game. It's not based on what you see is lava, because the developers weren't expecting you to run there. So it's pretty scary. Yeah. Also, like, I feel kind of weird about doing it because, like, Duke Skip, I feel like had to have been intentional at least a little bit, because they left that part of the collision open for you to discover. Same for the Orlando jump through the spiral staircase. Like, they had to go out of their way to sculpt that to make it so that your character could actually get through it. But skipping Ceaseless and running on the edge of the lava, like, it kind of feels like it shouldn't be in the glitchless run. I'm not sure, but I mean, like, people who know a heck of a lot more about this have come to the conclusion that it's fine. So I know I gotta learn it, and I will eventually. I'm scared, so I'm going for this bonfire, and I'm actually really glad that I did, because things will go wrong. So I'm gonna light this. I think I can sit and level up. I sat anyway, just so I could take it as a warp point. And to be honest, had I remembered the main problem, I would have turned around from here already. I'm going to slowly start equipping stuff that I need and realize what has gone wrong. I'm going to look at the timer. It looks like at about... it's been about 40 seconds since I'm starting this. I'm going to see how much time loss from where I realize I don't have the fire bombs. And I only have 1 left after Ingward. So for some other time save, you could avoid picking up the fire bombs if you save 2. But then you can't miss on Beta Chaos, which is also scary. I think I opened the door. Like, I got pretty far before I realized, like, oh my god. Like, my whole run. But it's okay. This one stinks the most because this is just me making a mistake. I missed one thing, and it's going to cost me. Yeah, so I'm going to start equipping everything for Beta Chaos. I think where I warp is past the Titanite demon. Alright, took that off because you don't need it anymore. Not till Gwyn. Oh, my God. This is painful. No, see, I'm looking for it. Book of the Guilty? Looking for it. Looking for it. Like, why is it Book of the Guilty? It's supposed to be the fire bombs. I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? Am I fighting Beta Chaos? I'm considering fighting Beta Chaos the hard way. I'm not sure what to do. I can't bone here. It's dangerous. I'm thinking about what to do. And a bone. Yeah. So I finally realized it. So that was 2.5 minutes so far of time loss, but, like, I need to also account for going back to pick it up at Firelink. So we're still not done on the time loss. And then there's the time loss of needing to run back there again. Jeez. Well, I guess I shouldn't really count that, because then I'm counting that run twice. Fortunately for me, Homeward Bone is going to take me back to where we were. So I boned again. This is going to take us back to the Demon Ruins, so it's only so much of a time loss. Alright, so now that we're back and we've actually got it, I don't remember when the time loss actually started, but it's like 6 minutes. Crap. That's horrible. Just for missing this. And then I'm going to have another mistake. Never mind, I think sub-hour is totally doable. You cut out all of my mistakes. Just me watching through this, I'm realizing how many mistakes are in this. Well, some are mistakes, some are bad RNG. If I took ownership of every single mistake, then it'd be so disheartening, then I might not even want to do this anymore. And I want to do this. This is fun. It's hard. And it's fun because it's hard. Alright, well, I'm catching up. Trying to get back to where I was. Now, before this actually happens, I want to discuss the thing that I don't think is my fault at all. And it's going to be why I screw up Beta Chaos. Because I'm going to screw up Beta Chaos, spoiler alert. I'm going to go for the strat where you get into position, use the bow, aim at a specific spot, throw fire bombs. You couldn't tell, that's why I needed the fire bombs. And I'm going to do it to try to kill Beta Chaos early. However, when you are aiming with a reticle, or just looking with your camera, and a cutscene triggers, if you're moving during that time, you will start sliding. And that's what's going to happen here. It's going to start sliding my reticle all over the screen. And it's going to screw me up so badly that I lose track of where I'm even aiming, and then I can't find the position anymore. I'm sure looking at it in post, I could, like, pause and find the spot that I should have aimed at, but slap! But still, it's too little too late. This is just an opportunity for me to do it better later. In my last speedrun, I did this flawlessly, so I know I can. This is just some dumb luck. Bad dumb luck. Alrighty. Here's how this is supposed to go down. You run right up the middle. You stay on that line. And you wait at about this third point. I'm positioning myself here, waiting for the arm to go back. Right, I'm taking a long time. I backed up. Got this. I aimed at the spot. There it is. And I turned my camera, and I shouldn't have done that. That was one mistake, because I realized it didn't work, because I turned my camera. There, right there. Now, I'm going to throw it. Now turn the camera. And I pull this up, watch slide. See the slide? Okay, now that I slid, I have no idea where I'm aiming, and I'm lost. I'm like, what am I looking at? Oh god, it's going to get me. It's going to get me. Comes the fire. I was thinking, like, do I quit out? I'm going to get back into position. I'm going to try and throw it really quick. Got to dodge the fire. Going to heal, and I panicked, and it got me. So that sucked. That absolutely sucked, because I don't know how much time you lose from dying a bit of chaos, but luckily I took that safety bonfire, so here I'm not all the way back at the one before Ceaseless Discharge, which I didn't even sit at. I would have been back at the Fair Lady. Yeah, yuck. And that's assuming I sat there. I think I did, to get rid of the poison. But yeah, that is miserable. This run-up is so far. It's probably, in this run, the longest run-up. I'm not positive. Gwyn takes an eternity, too, if you die to Gwyn. And for anybody who's watched my videos before on Dark Souls, I am so bad at fighting Gwyn. Like I said, I'm convinced he has different AI in the Switch version than he does normally. So that's pretty scary. Like, I swear he does not care about what you're doing. His reactions are all based on fast attack, the unparryable stuff. And you can't take a lot of those hits. When I was doing SL1, I think I could take one hit. Like, take one and then the second kills me. So, in this, it's not quite so dire. I think I can take 3 hits. We are naked. That does matter. I could theoretically put on stone armor if I was really scared of him. I don't know how much it would help. Yeah. I can tell you, fortunately, the rest of this goes smoothly. As bad as this has been up to this point, it's going to go relatively smoothly from here on. There's not much from here on of the game. We just have to defeat Beta Chaos and then beat Gwyn, but still, I'm just really disheartened because of how much work went into this. We had the blooming purple moss clump. The luck drop that should have determined the luck of the entire run, and it didn't. Slap that witch. Slap that witch across the face. Alright, I'm sliding. I'm going to go for a different strat this time, so what I'm going to do is run around the left side, and I'm going to use my bow to try to shoot the left tendril instead of actually getting to it. There's a safe spot where you don't actually get damaged by Beta Chaos, even if she's got one of the arms out, so I'm going to be as careful as I can, trying to make sure I get over to it. It's just past this. Right about here, I think. Right around this corner. I normally don't do this, so I'm not very accustomed to where it is. Alright, I'm feeling safe here, making sure that I'm not going to get hit. Pulling out the bow, and I'm going to start rapid firing arrows. There's 1 chunk, 2 chunks, 3 chunks, 4. Nothing happened. Aiming slight angles to make sure that something different happens, and there you go. I'm quitting out because I am not running that again. And instead, it's much easier to run this straight. And quitting out kicks you back to the fog gate and saves you time. I mean, I have to go through the slide again, but what does that matter? As opposed to, you know, doing it the hard way and actually expecting this to work. Alright, so we're going through the slide. Alright, this, I'm scared, because my souls are up there. I want to get them. I don't think it's possible. I actually blocked that hit. I'm going for it. Just barely make that. I don't want those tendrils to get me. But I grabbed the souls anyway. I might have needed them. I'm not positive. Going for the rolls, and punch. And that's it. So luckily, I didn't die a second time to Beta Chaos. It could have gone a lot worse. But at least I was able to salvage that, and now it's just a run for Gwyn. There's the humanity. I'm waiting for the souls, waiting for the souls, waiting for the souls. There they go. Level up. And I just want strength. All strength. Alright, so now with this much strength, I believe that 3 riposts and 2 R1s will one-shot, or will, well, one cycle Gwyn. That's all I need. And I'm really scared about riposting Gwyn. He's really unpredictable for me. I'm trying my best, but, you know, he scares me, man, because he's so fast. You sorry fool. Skipping cutscenes. Let's go. Alright. Firelink Altar, offering the souls. We got 10 Estus, this should be okay. I don't know what I was going to pull up there. I've already got the Hornet Ring on. I should be prepared. I don't need the bow anymore. Yeah, then it's just this really, really long, ominous run-up to get to Gwyn. Oh. It's intimidating doing this run, like this run up to Gwyn at the end of a run like this. Oh, because you know how much time you have to lose. And it could all be over if you could just get those parries. Man, he's so... If he cooperates, like, it's huge. And, like, no matter how well you play, I get to the end of this and I'm always thinking, like, alright, let's see if I randomly get to keep my run or not. You know, it's like, you get to the very end and it's just all based on coin flips. It's the worst. Alright. Getting past those guys isn't so bad. I'm pretty sure one of the Black Knights hits me. And normally I never get hit by these guys anymore. In my SL1 run, I would get randomly hit by any of them, just from running past them for like 1,000 times. I think it's this axe guy hits me. And he hits hard, too. You don't want any of these guys to hit you. You weren't supposed to run on the left side, but I ran on the right like an idiot. But I'm alive. He might have even fallen to his death. Serves him right. Looks like he didn't. Now we gotta heal in the boss arena. Dodge, heal. And I'm starting with less health. And parry. Got him with 1. 1225, that's some pretty good damage. I'm gonna... Wow, I'm going for an attack. I'm not even going for the heal. Oh, I parried, but he was on that little ledge, or maybe I parried early. There's the second one. I'm gonna heal this time for sure. And he actually went for it! He went for it! Gwyn, you idiot! This was like the best Gwyn I've ever had. I've seen some people just run and dive at the fog gate and they make it out and the game ends instantly. But I don't know why it's not working, so I decided to quit out. And then it's not working, so I just go. And that's the run. It gets all screwed up at the very end, too. Luckily, it's not a big deal. You know, and then I gotta quickly skip here. This time right there technically counts for your in-game time because it's time spent in New Game Plus, and there's no way to really take that out. I don't have splits, so instead I'm gonna take a look at load game, and there we have it. 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 41 seconds. Compared to the one at the very top, 12, which was 1 hour, 34 minutes. That's an improvement. Not by much, but an improvement. I mean, minutes is a lot of time, and you saw how much I had to complain about that run. There were so many problems, but I know I can do better, and now I have something to run against, and I'm excited to do that. Oh my god. This was fun, though. I also did it 3 levels lower than my last speed run. I don't know why it was that much lower. Maybe I died less, and I don't know. And here's me going back to show you, this is indeed the Nintendo Switch 2 version. Anyway, thank you for joining me on this speedrun of Dark Souls. It's been fun.